Reserve Bank of New Zealand RBNZ to hold official cash rate at record low of 1.75%. Will Governor Spencer Jawbone the New Zealand dollar sign up? Join Dalif's chief strategist John Kicklighter live to cover the RBNZ rate decision. Trading the news. Reserve Bank of New Zealand RBNZ interest rate decision. Even though the Reserve Bank of New Zealand RBNZ is widely anticipated to retain the record low cash rate in September, the central bank may ultimately toughen the verbal intervention on the local currency, as officials argue that a lower New Zealand dollar is needed to increase tradables inflation and help deliver more balanced growth. With New Zealand now facing a hung parliament, the RBNZ under Governor Grant Spencer may sound more cautious, especially as the recent data prints coming out of the region cast a weakened outlook for growth and inflation. As a result, the RBNZ may step up its efforts to jawbone the local currency, as the central bank warns the New Zealand dollar trade-weighted index TWI has appreciated around 5% since May and is currently around 3% higher than forecast in the May statement. Impact that the RBNZ rate decision has had on NZD/USD during the last meeting period. Data released estimate actual pips change 1 hour post-event pips change end of day post-event Aug 2017 08102017 210,000 GMT 1.75% 1.75% 1759 August 2017 Reserve Bank of New Zealand RBNZ interest rate decision NZD/USD 10-minute. The Reserve Bank of New Zealand RBNZ held the official cash rate at the record low of 1.75%, with the central bank largely endorsing a wait-and-see approach at Governor Graham Wheeler's last meeting, as numerous uncertainties remain and policy may need to adjust accordingly. The fresh remark suggests the RBNZ remains in no rush to raise the benchmark interest rate, as GDP in the March quarter was lower than expected, adding to the softening in growth observed at the end of 2016. And the central bank may preserve the current policy throughout 2017, as headline inflation is likely to decline in coming quarters as the effects of higher fuel and food prices dissipate. NZD/USD initially nudged higher as the RBNZ stuck to the sidelines, but the market reaction was short-lived, with the pair slipping below the 0.7300 handle to end the day at 0.7277. How to trade this event. Risk video. Bearish NZD trade. Governor Spencer Company endorse record low rate, jawbone local currency. Need a red 5-minute candle following the rate decision to consider a short NZD/USD trade. If market reaction favors a bearish Kiwi position, sell NZD/USD with 2 separate lots. Set stop at the nearby swing high. Reasonable distance from entry. Look for at least 11 risk toward. Move stop to break even on remaining position once initial target is met. Set reasonable limit. Bullish NZD trade. RBNZ adopts hawkish outlook for monetary policy. Need a green 5-minute candle to consider a long NZD/USD trade. Carry out the same setup as the bearish Kiwi position, just in the opposite direction. Key levels for NZD/USD. NZD/USD daily chart. Dalif's 3Q forecasts are now available. Near-term outlook for NZD/USD remains capped by the 0.7470 50% expansion hurdle, with the pair at risk for a larger pullback as it extends the series of lower highs-lows from the previous week. Close below the Fibonacci overlap around 0.7190 50% retracement to 0.7200 38.2% retracement may open up the 200-day SMA 0.7146, which sits just above the monthly low 0.7144, with the next region of interest coming in around 0.7100 38.2% retracement to 0.7110 38.2% expansion. Keep in mind, NZD/USD has negated the risk for a head and shoulders reversal after pushing to a fresh monthly high 0.7433, and the pair may largely consolidate going into the first full week of October amid quarter-month inflows. Interim resistance 0.7730 100% expansion to 0.7744 April 2015 high. Interim support 0.7040 50% retracement to 0.7053 April 2017 high. NZD/USD retail sentiment. See how shifts in NZD/USD retail positioning are impacting trend. Click here to learn more about sentiment. Retail trader data shows 48.1% of traders are net long, with a ratio of traders short to long at 1.08 to 1. The number of traders net long is 16.2% higher than yesterday, and 3.3% lower from last week, while the number of traders natured is 7.6% lower than yesterday and 13.3% higher from last week. Written by David Song, currency analyst. To contact David, email dsong@dalefx.com. Follow me on Twitter at davidsong. To be added to David's email distribution list, please follow this link.